We're here with Coach Hoiberg. I'll open the floor for questions from the media. First question will be Robin Washut. Robin, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, I just wanted to ask you about just the first 10 minutes of that game and how well you guys played, and then what happened from that point on where there was such a drop-off on both ends.
Well, Robin, the first probably nine minutes of that game is exactly what we have stressed, these last several days with all the turnovers that we've had, the problems with, I think, 18 and in the first two games was moving the ball and trusting and making the right plays and making the right reads. And I thought we did that as well as we have all year. And that's exactly what the system looks like when you go out and you score 8 baskets on and you get 8 assists on those plays. I think we had 10 assists at halftime and 3 in the second. The movement just wasn't the same. And then we started trying to go on our own and driving into the pile again and turning the damn ball over. And, it's got to come to a point where it clicks. I've never been a guy to slow it down and stop and run an action every time down. I love the flow when the defense is disorganized, getting back into the play and trying to get something accomplished early in the possession. But right now we're just not making good enough decisions when those opportunities present themselves. So, I hate to throw up the stop sign and, get into something every play, but, that's probably what it's going to have to come to for a while until we can figure out our turnover issues. And it's not just the turnovers, Robin, it's the going in and throwing up crazy shots and expecting to get a call. We're not getting them. And, we just have to find a way to trust better, keep the movement, and good things happen. Whether you make the shot or not, we're getting good looks when we move the ball. And, we just didn't do that for a long enough stretch. It's the whole thing, when we're out there in the flow and, things are going well, you got to continue on with those things that are getting you good, solid possessions. And then we just lose value of the ball and, lose value of the possession. Bad shots lead to good offense for the other team. I'll say this, our defense for the third straight game has held our opponent under 40%, 32%. You should win that game. We're leaving too many at the free. You missed 10 more free throws again tonight. I don't know what to say any more about that. We work on it. We talk about it, but we're just not going out there with any confidence, and we're leaving free points on the board, and that's deflating. It's deflating when that happens. It's deflating when you miss the easy ones, and it's deflating when you turn the ball over like we did after that great start. But, again, I'll say this, our effort has been really good. The 3 games we played since the shutdown, I'm really happy with how hard we're going out and playing, but we're just not playing very smart right now.
Chris Bassnett.
Fred, how much of what you're seeing is just maybe frustration from the guys? Obviously, they want to play better on offense. They want to make shots. Is it frustration, or or how much does that play into it?
Well, I mean, frustration shouldn't leave you to throw the ball out of bounds or throw the ball to the other team or jump up and then try to make the pass. Kobe Webster after the game the other night, he was great. He, got in a huddle and said, guys, every day we do 3 to 4 simple play drills. And then for whatever reason, we're just not carrying that over right now. And we had gotten much better at taking care of the basketball before we got shut down. And now we're just going back to bad habits. And when our timing isn't probably where it was before the break, it's leading to bad possessions and turnovers. But, again, I think we scored 8 of 12 to start the game, and all 8 of them were assisted. And again, that's what this thing looks like when it's humming. And it was the best stretch that we had. And as I said, I was so encouraged. It was leading to great energy on the defensive end. We were all over the place, swarming the ball. And we built a 9-point lead against a phenomenal basketball team, an old, experienced basketball team. And then we just, again, stopped doing what was leading to success on the floor. So, going back, unfortunately, we're not going to have a lot of time to work on these things, but we're going to have to get something accomplished tomorrow, whatever that does. It may lead to a game where we probably won't have great legs against Illinois, but I got to get something accomplished with this and get more consistency on the offensive end, because right now defensively we're doing a good enough job. We're just not scoring the ball enough.
Sam McEwen.
Hey, Coach, what's the line between having grace for these guys because they've been through a lot, and kind of drawing a hard line and saying, at some point you just get so frustrated that you need to make like big changes to your starting lineup or the way that you're doing things. Where is that line at this moment?
Yeah, I mean, Sam, our starts have been pretty darn good for the most part. You look at Michigan State, we got off to a good start. Minnesota, not so much. Teddy was out of the lineup, obviously, that game, and then tonight was as good a start as we've had in league play. At Wisconsin, we got up 11 on them early in the game as well. The biggest thing, and listen, is some of it fatigue? Yeah, absolutely it is. And when you have fatigue physically, mentally, that's when we make a lot of the mistakes that we are. But it shouldn't continue to happen over and over again. And that's the frustrating part. And we got to find a way to fix that. That's not an excuse, because we had all that time where we weren't in the gym to have this many turnovers. We got to find a way to get back to valuing possessions. And if we do that, I don't know, call me crazy, I still think we have a chance to win some games.
Jacob Padilla.
Yeah, it's 4 straight double-digit scoring game for Ladd, even going back to before the pause. How have you guys been able to get him going a little bit and have him scoring in a few different ways?
Yeah, I mean, you see how important it is to have Ladd on the floor, and he picked up the 2 quick ones in Minnesota, got him back in there, and he unfortunately got his 3rd right away. So second half, you saw what he did. I think he had 13 of his 15 in the second half. The game against Indiana right before the break, he hits 5 threes, and that just loosens things up for everybody. Tonight, he goes out and hits shots right out of the gate. I thought he had some other good looks in the second half. I thought we got the ball to him with space where he got some good open shots. And we'll take those all day long with him. He's such a good shooter. He works on it extremely hard. As I said in the radio, the other deflating thing, we missed 10 free throws again. And it's deflating when you have that, you miss layups, and when you turn the ball over. Those are the things that we have to find a way to correct. But as far as Lat, I love the rhythm that he's playing with right now. Lat was one of the last guys to get the virus, and he hasn't had a lot of time back. But, it just goes back to what he does every day, and that's repetition. And that's why, the guys that can shoot the ball, they work on it the most, and that's Lat on our team. He's always in the gym.
Chris Basnett.
Fred, what do you see when you watch Illinois and start to get ready for that? Obviously, just a really skilled team for you guys coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I watched the Illinois and Wisconsin game, and they're really good. And I haven't obviously had a chance to put a lot of time into them just because we've had games right on top of each other here. We're going to have to go out and, again, they'll pressure us. We got to do a much better job of taking care of the ball. We got to be selective at the rim on Kofi. He's the biggest presence in this league. He's phenomenal in there, and he's playing incredible basketball. Io, is as talented a guard as we have in our league, and then they shoot the heck out of the ball. Their percentages are crazy, and it's one of those things. We got to be in there, shrunk, trying to help on the post, and then we have to have good rotations and try to contest their shooters. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game on a short prep.
We got time for 2 more. I'll go Robin Washut.
Right, I know you mentioned that the energy has been really good since coming back off this break. With a game like this where you played so well and then things just kind of fell apart, now 48 hours later, you play the number 6 team in the country, already riding an 8-game losing streak. How worried are you about that energy level being maintained through what is probably going to be a pretty difficult grind to end this season?
Believe it or not, I'm not. That's one thing that does not concern me with this group is going out and playing hard and playing with energy. We just need to play smarter. And you would have thought we were competing for a league championship as energetic as we were in Minnesota on our off day, where we went out and had a really spirited workout practice, and then the next day came in, carried over into the shoot around, and then the second half after being down big, we just continue to fight back in games like that. So our energy level, there's no problems with that right now. And then tonight, same thing. And I thought that carried over from a really crisp. We had 2 shoot-arounds today. We came in early at 9 when the guys had to test and went out on the floor, put the game plan in, watched film, came back at 4 4 o'clock and almost practiced, without a day of prep. I wanted to get a sweat going and get them going. Maybe that was a mistake on my end that took their legs a little bit, but I just felt we had to do that, with the rule of taking yesterday off. But as far as the spirit and the energy of this group, it's still there. And, as long as you have that, if we play smarter, then we're going to have a chance. But, it's that's what I'm looking for. I mean, the guys, and I talk to them about it all the time, go out and play hard, play with energy, and that's been pretty consistent for our group all year.
Okay, we'll finish up with Andrew Ward.
Fred, can you talk about just the improvement of Eduardo here the last couple of games, especially? He seems to really have kind of found a niche here for himself.
Yeah, Eduardo was terrific again tonight. I thought he gave us a big boost. He was he was a +9 in our game at Minnesota. He was the guy that really helped bring us back. Made a couple really good backdoor passes, flashing up to the elbow. Had a great block in a corner. He had 2 good blocks. They called a foul on one of them, but I thought he got all ball and made a great play on it. Blocked a dunk. We haven't had that rim presence. So the thing about Eduardo, I put him on the other team and made him the best big on the scout team, and I think it's really gotten him in shape. It's helped him learn the systems of these other teams, and he's earned it. He's earned his time, going out there. Unfortunately, he got himself in foul trouble tonight, but, with his aggressive rolls to the rim, that was what was getting Lat some good open looks. And, he had the nice finish in there with his right hand. But, yeah, defensively, he gives us something that we haven't had here, in the short amount of time that we've been in Lincoln. And, that's a rim protector. So, yeah, just really excited about Eduardo's future.
Okay, that'll end our part with Coach Hoiberg. We'll head back with Donald Benton shortly. Okay. We're back with Donald Benton. I'll open up questions. I'll start with Chris Bassnett.
Hey, Delano, another tough night on offense for you guys. What are you seeing as the point guard that's maybe holding you guys back a little bit there?
And as you can see, we came out playing the way we wanted to play. But we know in this league every night nothing's going to be handed to us. We're going to have to fight every possession, man. And we know that there's a fine line between winning and losing. And the way the season's been going, man, once you stop doing what you've been doing that's giving you success, you can find yourself going downhill. And that's it. Early on, we're moving the ball, playing for each other, doing all the stuff that we planned to do heading into the game. And I feel like as the game went on, we started, gaining a little bit of selfishness or whatever the case may have been. But I feel like, with the fine line and winning and losing, we just got to keep it consistent with what we plan on doing and just being able to maintain that for the whole 40 minutes through the game, through the fire, through the adversity, and just play through it, man, and play to your game plan and play together.
Sam McEwen.
Hey, Delano, you and Lat came out at the same time there in the first half, and so some of the scoring issues weren't when you were in the game, but when you went back in, the scoring issues continued. Did they change anything about their defense after those opening 10 minutes when you guys had so much success?
No. Definitely, all teams are going to make adjustments. There's timeouts throughout the game, so I'm pretty sure, if stuff's working for us, they obviously plan to adjust to stop us. But, with us me and Lat coming out the game, we put all our trust into Coach. If he feels like it's our time to come out, get a breather, we need that. We're out there playing hard, so, you know, we need to come out with a breather. And I feel like regardless of who's in the game, we have the capability to maintain and move the ball. But, you know, this is a game of momentum and a game of runs. So if we stop doing that for a little bit, you know, it goes fast. It comes fast, and before you know it, you're down. So, you know, we just got to keep playing through it. And when we see we come down one possession and we don't have movement, got to come down the next one, you know, do what we didn't do the last one. So get moving and get that. So I feel like, you know, we're getting better each game coming out, and we're fighting, man. We're fighting. We just got to be able to fight till the end and play through the whole 40 minutes. And when we do that, we're going to be able to live with our outcome. And right once we get over this hump, man, you know, I have a lot of hope for this team. And, you know we could be great, man. We just got to get over this hump and then just keep running, keep pushing.
Robin Washut.
Hey, Delano, Coach Hoiberg was talking about, you know, after those first 10 minutes where you guys were playing so well, guys, whatever, the defense changed, missed some shots, and then you were reverting back to some bad habits, trying to force the issue, not making the simple plays. From your perspective out there, why does that happen when, you know, there's some adversity that hits, then guys kind of get away from what was working so well to start the game?
I could say that, you know, when you're playing out there in the game, a lot of stuff happens fast, you know, from me playing. So, you know, just one mental mistake could carry on to two, and it could just, you know, could be a reoccurring thing. But I feel like we just got to stay in the game and stay doing what we know we have to do. And if it's not moving, you know, we're going to move it. We're going to get better. We're going to continue to get better. But, you know, yeah, we just feel like it's hard out there, man. It's crazy, but yeah, we just feel like if we do what we have to do for 40 minutes, man, we're gonna be a tough team to beat. So, you know, we're gonna continue to get better in practice, continue to, you know, watch film and continue to do whatever we have to do, man, to come out with a win here and get over this hump, man, because it's greatly needed. We need it right now, and, you know, we're gonna come out with it, man. We're gonna keep pushing.
Jacob Padilla.
You guys got a top 10 team up next after another one-day prep. What's it like for you guys as these players going through all these short preps in a row for some tough teams here?
You know, regardless of who we're playing each night, you know, we are facing a good team, but we faced a great team tonight too. You know, we come out with the same mentality that we got to play. Nothing's going to be handed to us regardless of who we're playing, but man, the schedule is crazy. Everything's a quick turnaround. So, you know, when we take a tough loss like today, you know, it's easy to not hang our heads because we know we have to bounce back. You know, we're back at it tomorrow. We play on Friday against another good opponent. So, you know, we love it. You know, we're basketball players, so, you know, we love it, man. We're with the process. We're with everything, man. This is like, you know, it's a dream for us to play at this level. So we're just embracing it. And, you know, through the fire, through the adversity, man, we're just gonna keep our heads high and just keep pushing, regardless of who we're playing. Just play with all our fight and, you know, do what we can do to help come up with the win.
Anything else for Delano? Nothing. That should close our press conference. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
That's it, guys.